Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the covers that were more commercially successful and or culturally significant than the first recording.
I hope life treats you kind.
Number 50, House of the Rising Sun. Original, Clarence Ashley and Gwen Foster. Cover, The Animals. If you're a music historian, you might know that this song has a long track record.
They are a house in New Orleans. They call
It's a traditional folk tune that came long before the British invasion. Clarence Ashley and Gwen Foster created a version back in the 1930s, performing what's considered the first recording. Many artists played the song afterwards, including Bob Dylan and The Animals. In 1964, the latter band delivered an iconic rendition of House of the Rising Sun.
It's been the ruin of many old boys, and God, I know I'm one.
It was a certified hit that helped make the group legends. Led by the fearsome voice of Eric Burdon, the production mixes folk, rock, and Alan Price's organ into a popular classic.
And God, I know I'm one.
Number 49, This Masquerade. Original, Leon Russell. Cover, George Benson. As an underrated songwriter, Leon Russell composed multiple songs that became classics with other artists. His ballad, This Masquerade, is infused with plenty of soul.
Are we really happy with?
Many years later, George Benson came along to perform what might have been the greatest version. The guitarist and singer put his own spin on it.
Looking for words to say.
Benson should be commended for his vocal abilities, but he can also work wonders with his preferred instrument. It has a crossover appeal for those that like a pop hook with more technical and jazzy sounds. Appearing on the man's 15th album, Breezin', the cover earned the artist a Grammy and a spot on the charts.
We're lost in a masquerade.
Number 48, Blinded by the Light. Original, Bruce Springsteen. Cover, Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Unless you're a die-hard fan of Bruce Springsteen, you might not know this song's origin story.
Man, drummers, bombers, and Indians in the summer with a teenage diplomat.
The artist wrote and recorded the track for his first album. The version on Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey is much more of a straightforward rocker, but then it was covered by Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Blinded by the Light became a huge hit for the latter group and an enduring record from the mid-1970s.
She was blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce into the runner in the night.
Topping the charts, the cover tinkered with the arrangement and the lyrics. You might still find it hard to decipher what exactly they're saying in the chorus. Along with bringing this tune to a larger audience, the band helped to popularize the misconception about the words.
Gonna make it through the night.
Number 47, Alone. Original, I-10. Cover, Heart. The more popular version of this song is a 1987 classic. Years before that, a musical partnership created the track under the name I-10.
I hear the ticking of the clock. I'm lying here, the room's bit.
The one-off group consisted of songwriters Tom Kelly and Billy Steinberg, with Toto's Steve Lukather as one of the producers. Alone eventually ended up in the hands of Heart. The Wilson sisters and their band delivered a much more bombastic version, making the original into more of an arena-ready power ballad. Ann Wilson's incredible vocal talents are on full display throughout. The cover flew to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving the Seattle act one of their biggest singles. Number 46, Mama Told Me Not to Come. Original, Eric Burdon and the Animals. Cover, Three Dog Night. This song changed hands through several legendary artists and acts.
Want some whiskey with water or sugar in your tea? What are these crazy questions they're asking me?
It was composed by Randy Newman, but the writer didn't record it himself for many years. He originally gave the song to Eric Burdon and the Animals. The English singer provided the full depth of his voice, but his version did not go on to become the most popular. Three Dog Night released their cover in 1970 and gave audiences the definitive production. Led by an electric piano, this take on Mama Told Me Not to Come became one of Knight's signature songs. It's also a great blend of rock and funk styles. Number 45, A Song for You. Original, Leon Russell. Cover, Donny Hathaway. It's a beloved ballad that might have been best sung by Donny Hathaway. Originally written by Leon Russell, A Song for You could very well be the greatest love song of its kind.
I've been so many places in my life and time.
Hathaway later covered the track and gave it a heartfelt performance. While other artists have tried, few can compete with the soul singer's vocals.
I've acted out my life in stages.
It's already full of some fantastic lyrics about love and relationships. Russell's template needed something extra, with Hathaway's emotional take providing the magic touch. It's especially impressive given that he beats out competing covers from The Carpenters, Willie Nelson, and Ray Charles.
We were alone and I was singing this song to you.
Number 44, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. Original, The Band. Cover, Joan Baez. Known for their work and collaborations with Bob Dylan, the band built a catalog full of winners like this one. Songwriter Robbie Robertson examined the Civil War, with drummer Levon Helm taking the microphone by storm. The song took on a somewhat controversial legacy, but it also spawned a hit cover from Joan Baez. She made The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down into one of her finest 1970s works. Giving the track some more folk flair, Baez lends her legendary voice to Robertson's composition. It later became a top 10 single with a much softer but powerful vibe. Number 43, A Groovy Kind of Love. Original, Diane and Anita. Cover, Phil Collins. With all of his success in the 1980s, Phil Collins kept his hot streak rolling with this cover. A Groovy Kind of Love comes from the vintage pop era of the mid-1960s.
I'm feeling blue. All I have to do is take a look at you.
The original from Diane and Anita came before another version by the Mindbenders. These have the smiley but slightly melancholic energy of many pop tunes around the same time. Collins then slowed it down for the 1988 audience. The latter production made it something of a tearjerker, with the Genesis member giving it a piano ballad treatment.
Wouldn't you agree, baby, you and me?
It was included on the soundtrack of a film called Buster and gave the singer another certifiable hit. Number 42, Me and Bobby McGee. Original, Roger Miller. Cover, Janis Joplin. Musician and actor Chris Christopherson was a versatile artist, but this composition was best known for its covers. Roger Miller recorded the first at the end of the 1960s.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, heading for the trains.
His version was rooted in a more country sound, but its modest success was overshadowed by Janis Joplin. The rock goddess covered the song with her gritty and fiery vocals.
Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose.
Released after her death, Joplin's rendition of Me and Bobby McGee is likely the one people consider above all the others. It was a successful rock single and an essential piece of the performer's album Pearl. Number 41, Betty Davis Eyes. Original, Jackie DeShannon. Cover, Kim Carnes. You might not have even realized this was a cover.
Her hair is hollow gold. Her lips are sweet surprise.
Many people know Kim Carnes for this ode to a Hollywood starlet, but Betty Davis Eyes was originally recorded by Jackie DeShannon. DeShannon and Donna Weiss wrote the song in the 1970s with a lively piano part. Carnes reinterpreted the track into a new wave classic, giving it a synthy edge.
She'll let you take her home. What's her appetite?
It has an atmospheric quality that enhances the nods to actresses like Davis and Jean Harlow. The 1981 version topped charts across the world, becoming the most popular rendition of the song by far. It is a decade-defining work that still sets the mood all these years later.
She's got Betty Davis eyes.
Number 40. Love Hurts. Original, The Everly Brothers. Cover, Nazareth. There are few artists as different as the Everly Brothers and Nazareth. One sings lovingly about dreams, while the other wrote Hair of the Dog. The duo recorded Love Hurts all the way back in 1960.
Love hurts, love scars.
There's a country sound to the original, but the more successful cover spins it into a rock ballad. It ended up becoming one of the best-remembered efforts released by the Scottish band.
Love is like a flame, it burns you when it's hot.
Proving they could tackle soft and hard rock, the group works to show off their versatility. The 1974 cut might be overly sentimental to some, but it's also a hit that has stood the test of time. Number 39. Mad World. Original, Tears for Fears. Cover, Michael Andrews featuring Gary Jules.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.
In the 1980s, Tears for Fears was among the new wave bands mixing rock and pop. Mad World was a single off of their first album, The Hurting. It's a moody synth track with some emotional lyrics, but it was almost begging for a cover. Michael Andrews and Gary Jules reinterpreted the track in a sobering piano arrangement.
And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad.
The original did well in the UK, but the second one had a more substantial impact thanks to the film Donnie Darko. Andrews' cover appeared on the cult movie soundtrack and became a hit in its own right. Hearing it back, it is an amazing case of slowing things down in order to emphasize every heartbreaking word. Number 38. Self-Control. Original, Raf. Cover, Laura Branigan. From Europe to America, this song made it a long way to the Billboard charts.
Only night is my world, city light.
The original saw the artist Raf co-write a track described as Italo disco. You can imagine it filling a 1980s club, but it was quickly taken over by an American performer. Laura Branigan then brought her own spin to it, introducing Self-Control to a whole new audience.
In the night, no control.
The opening riff invites listeners into an engaging piece of music. Filled with her compelling vocals, Branigan doesn't disappoint in another exceptional performance.
I said, "Play." I'm living in the forest of a dream.
It wasn't the first time Branigan did a successful cover either, considering her work on Gloria.
Something that they say, all the voices in your head.
Number 37. Cocaine. Original, J.J. Cale. Cover, Eric Clapton. This particular composition has a riff that is identifiable to most fans of 1970s rock.
You want to hang out, you got to take her out.
J.J. Cale's original work might be underrated, but that is due to a much more famous rock star. Cocaine ranks as one of Eric Clapton's defining singles as a solo artist. The performer covered Cale's songwriting to great success, likely convincing some people that he wrote it himself. Slowhand made it special by adding his own guitar flourishes to the track.
If you've got bad news, you wanna get the blues.
It wasn't the only time Clapton covered the man either. Even as a B-side, the song made its way into the British rocker's elite repertoire.
She don't lie. Thank you.
Number 36. Hard to Handle. Original, Otis Redding. Cover, The Black Crowes. As rock music became grounded again, bands like the Black Crowes felt like a breath of fresh air. Their cover of Hard to Handle helped to establish them as a force in early 1990s music.
Baby, here I am, I'm a man on the scene.
It takes Otis Redding's song and gives it a genre makeover, but without losing any of the R&B charm.
Can give you what you want, but you got to come home with me.
The Robinson Brothers deliver an earthy rock production that's a fresh take on a vintage package. With some sharp vocals, the cover finds a way to hit you with some catchy riffs. It went to number 26 on the Billboard charts and ranked among the highlights of the Shake Your Moneymaker album.
So hard to handle now.
Number 35, Take Me to the River. Original, Al Green. Cover, Talking Heads. There There is no disputing Al Green's celebrated career as a singer. He's influenced R&B while also amassing several big singles. Take Me to the River was one of his great gospel tracks.
I don't know why I love you like I do.
It's also an unlikely chance for Talking Heads to break out of their art rock space. Led by David Byrne's enigmatic voice, the new wave band transformed Green's song into a laid-back rock production.
Take my money, my cigarettes.
The Heads version ended up making a bigger impact on the Billboard Hot 100. With a punk attitude, the quartet was able to remix this into a memorable late 1970s jam.
Me to the river, drop me in the water, drop me in the water, let me in the river.
Number 34, Walk This Way. Original, Aerosmith. Cover, Run DMC and Aerosmith. Way back in the 1970s, Aerosmith released Walk This Way on their album Toys in the Attic.
Backstory lover, always hide beneath the covers, still I talk to you, my daddy say.
It was a song that showcased their funky, bluesy, rhythmic mashups. In the 1980s, hip-hop morphed into a mainstream genre thanks to Run DMC. The rappers remade the rock song in their own image.
The big cheerleader, that's a real big leader, a vibe like a reminiscence.
Retaining the lyrics, the MCs gave Steven Tyler's words a run for their money. Tyler and guitarist Joe Perry joined the cover to lend a hand without completely taking over. In an early crossover, the second version became a symbol of unity across diverse musical artists.
Don't you walk this way?
Number 33, Venus. Original, Shocking Blue. Cover, Bananarama. They might not be a household name today, but Shocking Blue did have a hand in influencing more than a few popular groups.
On a mountaintop, was burning like a silver flame.
Their song Venus started as a psychedelic track before Bananarama got a hold of it. In the cover, the trio provides a bouncy production for their 1980s upgrade.
She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it.
It's an even more dance-worthy effort with the help of some enhanced drum beats. Built around the brilliant hook, the second one feels like it's honoring the first and then some. Both versions achieved worldwide success, but the sequel ranks higher for us as the more relevant one, with the added bonus of a fun video.
Venus, I'm your fire, your desire.
Number 32, Always Something There to Remind Me. Original, Lou Johnson. Cover, Naked Eyes. This song took shape in the 1960s thanks to Burt Bacharach and Hal David.
I walk along the city streets you used to walk along with me.
The talented songwriting duo created many classics like There's Always Something There to Remind Me. Lou Johnson brought the single to the charts in 1964, cracking the top 50 on the Hot 100 with his assured vocals. The track went through several incarnations before it reached Naked Eyes.
How can I forget you, girl?
Focusing more on the pop hook, the 1980s group adapted the music for a much different audience. Their cover hit the top 10 and features some elaborate production elements. There's heartbreak in each version, but the new wave remix takes it to another level.
Always something there to remind me.
Number 31, It's My Life. Original, Talk Talk. Cover, No Doubt. Talk Talk was known for everything from new wave to art rock in the 1980s.
Funny how I found myself in love with you.
The dynamic act also made the hit It's My Life. It took No Doubt to push the single up the charts, reaching number 10 on the Hot 100 2 decades later.
My best myself, how much do you?
The ska, punk, and pop rock band updated this classic for a younger audience.
Who is my life? Don't you forget.
Gwen Stefani and the group helped to introduce millennials to the greatness of another era. Taking plenty of cues from the first one, Stefani and her bandmates covered the tune with an energetic performance. Number 30, The Sound of Silence. Original, Simon and Garfunkel. Cover, Disturbed.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Before December of 2015, alt-metal band Disturbed and 60s icons Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel are the last musical outfits you'd have expected to join forces. That was until Disturbed released their symphonic cover of Simon and Garfunkel's timeless folk rock song. While the original Sound of Silence is, of course, an unforgettable classic beloved around the world, the Disturbed version was an unexpected viral hit.
Hello, darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk with you again.
The cover has garnered over 1 billion views on YouTube, and a 2016 performance of it on Conan nearly 160 million. Even original songwriter Simon is a fan. Reaching out to Disturbed singer David Draiman after the Conan performance, Simon said simply, quote, "Really powerful performance on Conan the other day. Nice. Thanks."
Disturb the sound of silence.
Number 29, Torn. Original, Edna Swap. Cover, Natalie Imbruglia.
Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel.
So ubiquitous is Imbruglia's cover of this little-known alt-rock tune that you probably didn't even know it was a cover to begin with. Written by Edna Swap band members Scott Cutler and Anne Previn, alongside music producer Phil Thornalley, Torn was originally released as Brent, a Danish-language translation released by Lee Sørensen. A few years later, Edna Swap released their own version, which the Australian-born Imbruglia covered for her debut album Left of the Middle. The rest is history. Imbruglia's Torn became a global smash sensation, hitting #1 on the charts in several countries and earning her a nomination for the Grammy Award for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance.
Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel.
Number 28, I Fought the Law. Original, The Crickets. Cover, The Clash.
Breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law and the law won.
This tune has been through a journey of popularity since its original release. The rock band The Crickets, formed by Buddy Holly, laid down the track in 1959 after having been written by Sonny Curtis. While it didn't exactly take off, later renditions of the song surely did. It was re-recorded by the Bobby Fuller 4 in 1965, and it was that version that put the song on the map.
I needed money 'cause I'm heading none. I fought the law and the law won.
It charted on the Billboard Hot 100 and was later entered into the Grammy Hall of Fame. But even still, when you think of I Fought the Law, we'd wager that it's the Clash's cover that comes to mind first.
My goal, I lost my phone. I fought the law and the law won.
The English punk band dropped their spin in 1979, and it's been the dominant recording ever since.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and
Number 27, Red Red Wine. Original, Neil Diamond. Cover, UB40.
red, red wine. Stay close to me.
Turns out that there's more to veteran hitmaker Diamond than Sweet Caroline. The original Red Red Wine was a minor success for Diamond upon its 1967 release, reaching number 62 on the Billboard Hot 100 before disappearing in a wine-induced haze. Some years later, in 1983, English reggae band UB40 included it on their cover album Labor of Love.
Red, red wine goes to my head.
This was without even realizing it was initially by Neil Diamond. The band cited their familiarity with a version recorded by Jamaican singer Tony Tribe. Although it came and went at the time, a 1988 reissue turned it into a sleeper hit. Even Diamond himself has embraced the UB40 cover, performing their version live in place of the song's original arrangement.
Red, red wine go to my head.
Number 26, I Think We're Alone Now. Original, Tommy James and the Shondells. Cover, Tiffany. 60s pop singer James and his backing band of Shondells are responsible for a number of hits, like Hanky Panky, Crimson and Clover, and crucially for our list, I Think We're Alone Now. Exactly 20 years later, it became teen idol Tiffany's signature song, at the suggestion of her manager/music producer George Tobin.
I think we're alone now. It doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Aged just 15 at the time of the cover's release, Tiffany Darwish was unfamiliar with James and the Shondells' original, and initially rejected the notion of singing what she perceived as an oldie. Tobin reworked the song to fit Tiffany's 80s sensibilities, and it paid off, with her rendition of I Think We're Alone Now spending 2 weeks atop the Billboard Hot 100.
I think we're alone now. Feeding
Number 25. A Hazy Shade of Winter. Original, Simon and Garfunkel. Cover, The Bangles.
Leaves are brown and the sky is a hazy shade of winter.
We guess there's just something about this iconic folk duo that lends their catalog to reinterpretation. Case in point, their uncharacteristically lively and up-tempo deep cut A Hazy Shade of Winter, which was reimagined by power pop group The Bangles. Their version, produced by hip-hop legend Rick Rubin, takes several liberties with the original, turning it into a distorted headbanger.
Look around, leaves are brown and the sky is a hazy shade of winter.
Recorded for the Less Than Zero soundtrack, The Bangles' Hazy Shade of Winter exists out of sheer happenstance. Said lead singer Susanna Hoffs, quote, "I thought I was a Simon and Garfunkel aficionado, but I somehow had missed that badass folk rock song of theirs. I ran to our band rehearsal that night and was like, we have to cover this song."
Grass is high, fields are ripe, it's the springtime of my life.
Number 24. Black Magic Woman. Original, Fleetwood Mac. Cover, Santana.
Black magic woman, black magic woman.
Wait, what? Yep, that's right. One of Carlos Santana's signature songs isn't only a cover, but a cover of one of the most famous and beloved rock bands of all time. That said, it might not be the Fleetwood Mac you know and love. No, Black Magic Woman belongs to Peter Green, the band's founder, as well as its original lead singer and guitarist.
Black magic woman, she's got the soul blind.
Just 2 years later, Santana released a significantly reworked version of Black Magic Woman, which also integrates elements of Gabor Szabo's Gypsy Queen. Released as the first single from Santana's second album Abraxas, Black Magic Woman reached the top 5 of the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed on the chart for 13 total weeks.
Got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman.
Number 23, With a Little Help from My Friends. Original, The Beatles. Cover, Joe Cocker.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
If you thought Black Magic Woman was a significant departure from its source material, just wait until you hear Cocker's searing rendition of the Beatles' Ode to Camaraderie. Originally recorded for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, With a Little Help was given a complete facelift for Cocker's 1968 debut album, which takes its title from this song.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Going from a breezy jaunt to a sweat-drenched, soul-bearing blues number, Cocker reportedly took his inspiration from American musicians Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles. Even Paul McCartney, who co-wrote the original alongside John Lennon, was blown away. Said Sir Paul, Cocker, quote, "totally turned the song into a soul anthem, and I was forever grateful for him for doing that."
I wanna get power in my friend. From my friends, I just keep trying with my
Number 22, Fast Car. Original, Tracy Chapman. Cover, Luke Combs.
You get a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere.
Let us be totally clear in saying that Chapman's original Fast Car recording remains one of the best, most affecting pop songs ever written. With that in mind, country star Combs' version makes no attempt to outdo or reinvent Fast Car, but also manages to rise above being simple karaoke.
You got a fast car, and I wanna take it to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere.
An instant hit, Combs' cover even managed to surpass Chapman's position on the Billboard Hot 100, with his version reaching number 2. Chapman later endorsed Combs' Fast Car, even making a rare televised appearance to perform it alongside him at the 66th Grammy Awards.
I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
Number 21, Killing Me Softly with His Song. Original, Lori Lieberman. Covers, Roberta Flack and the Fugees.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Poor Lori Lieberman just couldn't seem to catch a break. Lieberman wrote Killing Me Softly in the early 70s, assisted by music industry vets Norman Gimbel and Charles Fox. However, Gimbel and Fox didn't allow her a songwriting credit, denying her millions in royalties. Insult was added to injury when Flack's cover became a massive hit, winning 2 Grammys.
Killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with this song.
Of course, as we all know, this is not the end of the story. Over 2 decades later, Lauryn Hill and the Fugees won the Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a duo or group with vocals for their rearrangement.
Killing me softly with this song. Killing me softly with this song.
Lieberman has since given up the fight for a songwriting credit, instead seeking to educate the public on the song's origins. Number 20, Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Original, Bob Dylan. Cover, Guns N' Roses. Older generations may know this song from Bob Dylan's album Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, from the film of the same name.
Mama, take this badge off of me.
For younger audiences, they might know it better as sung by Axl Rose. The Guns N' Roses cover of Knockin' on Heaven's Door brought the track to the modern era with style. The hard rockers gave the softer tune a pointed edge.
That cold black cloud is coming down.
During one of the band's peaks, they were able to bring covers like this and Paul McCartney's Live and Let Die to their fans. They successfully combined Dylan's moving lyrics with an electric production. With some great guitar work from Slash, Rose's iconic vocals make it all worthwhile. Number 19, Tainted Love. Original, Gloria Jones. Cover, Soft Cell. Decades after Gloria Jones recorded this tune, Soft Cell energized it with an 80s flair.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away, I've got to.
Tainted Love became a new wave hit with all the pop sounds you could want from the decade. The newer version features high-powered synths, with Mark Almond's voice bringing all kinds of attitude.
The love we share seems to go nowhere.
It reached number 1 on the UK singles chart and broke the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The latter rendition is undeniably catchy, taking the spark of the first recording and reimagining it.
Now I'm gonna pack my things and go.
It just goes to show that even a soul number from 1965 can translate to the wild world of 1981.
Tainted love.
Number 18, Heart and Soul. Original, Exile. Cover, Huey Lewis and the News. Did you even know that this was a cover? Huey Lewis and the News recorded Heart and Soul in 1983, but they were following the Kentucky band Exile. The version from Lewis and his band features the singer's strong delivery and some classic synth sounds.
And if it got hot and hectic, I know she'd be electric.
It's a very catchy rock number that made a splash with audiences, climbing to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100.
'Cause she's hot and soul. She's hot and cold.
The single became one of the band's most recognized hits during their heyday. While the first version has its own merits, the second recording had the magic that truly connected with listeners.
She's hot and soul.
Number 17, The Tide is High. Original, The Paragons. Cover, Blondie. Known for their new wave music, Blondie also tried some different genres.
The tide is high, but I'm holding on.
Their take on The Tide is High finds the band trying out a reggae sound. The original song was first done by Jamaican group The Paragons, coming from the rocksteady genre.
I'm not the kind of man who gives up just like that.
Many years later, a much different band got hold of the song and experimented with it. Debbie Harry and her bandmates adapt well to the dynamic track.
Every girl wants you to be her man.
They are both laid back and stylish, showing listeners that they can be as versatile as any other music act. The bouncy beat and Harry's performance helped take the cover to number 1 on several charts.
I'm gonna be your number one.
Number 16, It's All Coming Back to Me Now. Original, Pandora's Box. Cover, Céline Dion. While a group named Pandora's Box first recorded this tune, it was Céline Dion that helped popularize it.
There were nights when the wind was so cold.
She turned this song into one of her best performances. Dion's version was a major hit on the Billboard charts, reminding everyone of the singer's talents.
There were days when the sun was so cruel.
The vocalist takes the romantic lyrics and makes them sound even dreamier. It's yet another example of her hold on the 90s, showcasing her incredible range.
If I kiss you like this,
The vocals reach an amazing peak during the chorus, Composer Jim Steinman crafted a fantastic track for both artists, but the cover really raised the bar for pop stars everywhere.
It's all coming back to me now.
Number 15, Valerie. Original, The Zootons. Cover, Mark Ronson featuring Amy Winehouse. You might not know the Zootons, but you should thank them for getting the ball rolling on this song.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
Their composition inspired Mark Ronson to record a new version with Amy Winehouse. Using Winehouse's amazing pipes, the producer created one of the singer's finest works.
And I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture.
The piece has a throwback sound that's perfect for the rehab star. From a humble rock tune to a massive production, Valerie was completely enhanced by Ronson's musical techniques.
And I miss your tender hair and the way you like to dress.
The featured vocalist turns the melody into her own, giving an awesome performance that ranks highly among her catalog.
Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Number 14, Come On Feel the Noise. Original, Slade. Cover, Quiet Riot. When Slade put out the single in the 1970s, the rockers certainly connected with fans of glam.
So you think I got an evil mind? Well, I'll tell you, honey.
A decade later, the band Quiet Riot chose to put their stamp on the track. Come On Feel the Noise became their most notable hit, and one of the better covers of its kind. Taking the song firmly into a new era, the heavier rock band gave the track a metal flavor. It's practically a standard within its own subgenre at this point. The big production gave it a remix that inspired audiences, while also saluting the brilliance of the original. Number 13, Mr. Tambourine Man. Original, Bob Dylan. Cover, The Byrds. On their debut album, the Byrds chose to cover one of the most famous and revered musicians of their era.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me.
It might seem like a tall order to interpret Bob Dylan, but this group was more than up to the task.
I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to.
Their version of Mr. Tambourine Man helped to convince people of their groundbreaking folk rock sound. Taking the song into an electric space, this version also helps show the evolution of folk music during a revolutionary decade.
All my senses have been stripped, and my hands can't feel to grip.
This cover holds an undeniable place in music history, likely influencing other artists to take similar chances.
In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
Number 12, I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Original, Gladys Knight and the Pips. Cover, Marvin Gaye. Sometimes two great stars perform the same song, but one makes the track legendary. Gladys Knight and the Pips delivered a great version of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, but they were clearly outdone by Marvin Gaye.
It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday.
The Motown classic was given its definitive and most influential rendition by the latter singer. It came to be one of his defining recordings in a career full of stellar work.
But I can't help being confused.
Not only was he in the right place at the right time, the vocalist gave audiences a performance that stayed relevant over a half-century later. It's another reason that Gaye was counted among the best artists of the 20th century. Number 11, Hound Dog. Original, Big Mama Thornton. Cover, Elvis Presley. The legendary Big Mama Thornton deserves much more attention for her work.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, been snooping around my door.
But it's impossible to deny the greater impact of Elvis Presley's cover. The rock icon took Hound Dog to a new level of fame.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time.
Presley also bridges the gap between Thornton's blues traditions and a new sound that would take the world by storm. His fiery vocals really sell one of the most iconic records of the 50s.
Well, they said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie.
He took his version to #1, with the single becoming one of his signature tracks. Truly, there ain't nothing quite like his rendition.
Well, you ain't never gonna run out. You ain't
Number 10, I Love Rock and Roll. Original, The Arrows. Cover, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I saw her dancing there by the record machine.
You'd be forgiven for not remembering Britain's The Arrows, a glam rock group from the 1970s that first recorded and released I Love Rock and Roll. Their version, as cool as it is, just isn't widely remembered today, nor is it considered to be the definitive edition of the song.
Singing, I love rock and roll. So put another time in the jukebox, baby.
Instead, that honor goes to Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, who heard the Arrows original and decided to cover it a few years after its release.
I saw him dancing there by the record machine.
This comparatively more hard-rocking cover eventually grew to become something of a career calling card for Jett, particularly after departing her former group, the Runaways. It was Joan's one-of-a-kind attitude and swagger that allowed I Love Rock and Roll to hit harder than ever before. Number 9, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Original, Robert Hazard. Cover, Cyndi Lauper.
Come home with the morning light. My mother said, my boy, you better start living right.
This song was less than 5 years old when Cyndi Lauper recorded it for her debut studio album, She's So Unusual. As a result, its new wave stylings remain relatively intact within both versions. However, Lauper's decision to play around with Robert Hazard's lyrics allowed Girls Just Wanna Have Fun to progress in a powerful and meaningful manner.
The phone rings in the middle of the night. My body yells, what you gonna do with your life?
She sings from a switched perspective of empowerment, whereas Hazard's original is a comparatively vapid and face value approximation of dating and intimacy.
'Cause girls just wanna have fun. Yeah, girls just wanna have fun.
Lauper's cover went on to become something of a feminist anthem, while Hazard's demo has largely been relegated to trivia questions and lists like this one.
Girls just wanna have fun.
Number 8, Proud Mary. Original, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Cover, Ike and Tina Turner.
Left a good job in the city. Working for the man every night and day.
A great song doesn't always achieve chart success via multiple artists, but then again, Proud Mary wasn't just an average, everyday pop hit. This boisterous and rockin' tune did well with its originators, Creedence Clearwater Revival in 1969. Solomon Burke's cover that same year was also a hit.
I'll never keep on burning. You're just rolling, rolling.
That said, it's the version laid down by Ike and Tina Turner that electrified the song, adding even more energy and solidifying it within the public consciousness.
And the primary keep on burning. Say we're rolling.
Turner's unfettered spark and charisma gave life to the band's upbeat and soulful arrangements. Proud Mary had entered its final stage, a defining track for a new music superstar and a new generation. Number 7, The Man Who Sold the World. Original, David Bowie. Cover, Nirvana.
Just upon the sand, we spoke of what and when.
Generations of music fans were already well aware of The Man Who Sold the World prior to Nirvana covering it for MTV Unplugged in 1993. These were older generations, however. Folks from the 70s and 80s who were familiar with the David Bowie original, as well as hit covers from Lulu and Midge Ure.
Your vice to vice with the man who sold the world.
Nirvana's take, as a result, was delivered with perfect timing to keep the song relevant for the grunge-obsessed audiences of the 1990s.
We passed upon the stairs, spoken walls and well.
In fact, some say that it's Nirvana's version that helped retain interest in Bowie's glam rock gem, allowing The Man Who Sold the World to live on for future generations. If that isn't musical kismet, we don't know what is.
Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
Number 6, Respect. Original, Otis Redding. Cover, Aretha Franklin.
What you want, honey, you got it. And what you need,
There's no denying that both Otis Redding and Aretha Franklin are legendary soul singers. That said, Aretha's stolen cover is something special, like lightning in a bottle that has proven to be a timeless masterpiece.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it.
Her take is smoother and more refined, although the differences don't necessarily take away from the value of either version in a major way. Instead, Franklin's point of view allows her take on respect to speak from a point of feminism and civil rights in gripping fashion. Thus, the song became a career-making anthem for soul music's first lady, and deservedly so. Number 5. Nothing Compares to You. Original, The Family. Cover, Sinead O'Connor.
Nothing compares to you.
Prince was famous for his work ethic, a tireless songwriter who seemed like he was always working. Nothing Compares to You was penned by him and given to a group he formed called The Family.
Nothing compares to you.
This musical group venture resulted in a single album that contained the OG Nothing Compares to You. Fast forward 5 years to Sinead O'Connor's second studio album, and it's her version that has captured the imaginations of listeners for years now.
I went to the doctor and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me?
The power of the song's striking music video likely helped things along in this regard, but O'Connor's version possesses an intimate and smolderingly intense power all its own.
Nothing compares.
Number 4. All Along the Watchtower. Original, Bob Dylan. Cover, The Jimi Hendrix Experience.
All along the watchtower, princes kept the view.
Masterclass songwriters of Bob Dylan's caliber have always seen their music covered by a variety of artists. Adele's take on Make You Feel My Love is a great example of this.
To make you feel my love.
So is the Jimi Hendrix Experience's hard-rocking version of All Along the Watchtower. It'd go on to become one of the defining psychedelic rock songs of the 60s, a precursor to heavy metal that hinged upon Hendrix's charismatic vocals and guitar playing.
Businessman there, drink my wine, plowman, dig my earth.
Meanwhile, the rhythm section hammers home an urgent groove that's impossible to resist. Thus, the group updated All Along the Watchtower for a very swingin' decade.
All along the watchtower, princess kept the view.
Number 3. Hallelujah. Original, Leonard Cohen. Covers, John Cale and Jeff Buckley.
From your lips she drew the hallelujah.
There have been quite a few artists that tried to take a swing at Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. It was John Cale's 1991 version that arguably piqued mainstream interest in Cohen's 1984 original after it was included in Shrek.
It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah.
That said, few Hallelujah covers have as much palpable melancholy and sadness as Jeff Buckley's 1994 recording.
From your lips she drew the hallelujah.
The singer-songwriter unfortunately died when he was only 30, which lends a fatalistic aura to his Hallelujah that's echoed in his impossibly resonant and impassioned vocals. Cohen's original features a metered, insistent cadence, while Buckley's balladry is smoother and more stretched out, allowing each word to drip down like honey or molasses.
It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah.
Number 2. Hurt. Original 9 Inch Nails. Cover, Johnny Cash. Trent Reznor's original version of Hurt for his band 9 Inch Nails possesses a unique and impenetrable darkness all its own. That said, it's Johnny Cash's cover from 2002 that has allowed the song to enter a transformative state, one that proves how truly great music can transcend genres.
And you could have it all. My empire of dirt.
Cash was in the twilight of his life when he recorded and released Hurt, and this feeling of mortality envelops the end result like a funerary shroud. It's virtually impossible to retain our composure as images of Cash as a young man flash across the screen in the accompanying video, too. Thus, Cash gave Reznor's evocative ballad a new and vulnerable life all its own.
I will let you down. I will make you hurt.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. I Will Always Love You. Original, Dolly Parton. Cover, Whitney Houston. It's a musical Sophie's Choice of sorts. Which version of I Will Always Love You do you prefer? Both are sung by generational talents, the originator and songwriter Dolly Parton, and the artist covering it, Whitney Houston. Country purists or die-hard Dolly fans may swing her way. However, the public at large is probably more familiar with Houston's cover, taken from the soundtrack to 1992's The Bodyguard. Houston more than put her stamp on the song, creating a mesmerizing listening experience that's indescribable. Thus, she allowed I Will Always Love You to cross over into the pop world and charts from its heartfelt country roots. Did we forget another cover that was better than the original? Let us know in the comments.